Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm not going to bother talking about the audio because I'm pretty sure it should be good. I'm pretty sure it should be sweet. But if it isn't, let me know. You might be able to hear a fan in the background as per usual, but it's because it's hot. It's hot. Let me turn on... How do I get rid of this thingy? I say this every single stream because these... There we go. I have two little things there that are titled exactly the same, and when it's early in the morning, I struggle reading it. Hello everyone, how are we going? I'm just wondering how delayed the chat, my stream is compared to what I'm seeing. So I'm just trying to get like a time recognition, because yesterday it was pretty good. It's only like 10 seconds, if not less. It's a bit longer at the moment. So I'm just trying to see what's going on here. Wow, it's a bit of a delay. Okay, I think it's about 30 seconds, okay. So it should be sweet, sorry. But it might catch up. It might catch up. So hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We'll probably stream for about just over an hour. It's 6 o'clock my time at the moment, so it's probably on the hour in most countries. So about an hour from now, that's when we'll roughly stop. We'll go for about just over an hour, like an hour and a quarter. So if it's like 5 o'clock where you are, we'll go till 6:15. So, you know, put that together for wherever you live. It's like 20-30 seconds. I should have timed it probably, but I didn't, so. Hello to Cricketing Madness. There's your shout out. I'm not going to do too many shout outs because then everyone would just be asking for them. Pagey should be in the dictionary, kind heart of gold. That'd be nice. I don't know if I'd be the best example of that, but it's very much appreciated. Thanks Earbud Thorn for the $2 super chat. Did y'all hear about Matt Letcher on another show? Yeah, so I think we talked about it. Was it on this stream yesterday or was it on something else? Anyway. Matt Letcher, who plays Earbud Thorn, like the blonde-haired Earbud Thorn, the one we saw in Legends. He is on Narcos, the Netflix show. He's been cast as like a series regular for season 4 of that show. So that means when he's filming that, he's not going to be able to appear on The Flash or any of the Arrowverse shows at all. So I don't know when that starts filming. I'm pretty sure it must start soon if they've cast him now. So yeah, that's pretty disappointing. So that means if we're ever going to see Reverse Flash again, at least in the near future, it's going to be Tom Cavanagh. So the Harrison Wells looking Reverse Flash. But yeah, thanks Earbud Thorn for bringing that up because some people might have brought that up later as well. Sam, once again, with a $5 super chat, very much appreciated. Fans, I think it's a good idea. Did you see my tweet? Yeah, I actually did see your tweet. I got it last night, but I didn't see it till this morning when I woke up because I think you must have sent it just as I went to bed or something. But it has basic information regarding the idea and some fan positive impact. All it needs is a good story, which is true. So I'm gonna take all those different things, that evidence, Sam, that you provide, and I'll put it in the video, which should come out in the next couple of days. But definitely within the next week, unless a lot of stuff just pops up online, which hopefully it doesn't, so I can get some videos out regarding stuff like that and some other things I have. But yeah, so what Sam's referring to is like a Lady Shiva thing. But I'll refer to all the stuff in a video in the near future. But thanks for the super chat, Sam, supporting the channel and also just bringing up that the topic again so we can just clarify certain information. Naruto, with the $2 super chat, just announced that there's no Game of Thrones until 2019. I heard that as well, which I'm not too surprised with because they haven't started filming it. Like I remember for last season, they were filming that thing like a year in advance. So the fact that there's like no even like hint of them filming, there was no chance it was going to come out this year. So I don't know. People know I watch Game of Thrones, but I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones fan. I don't like stan the show or like obsess over the show or theorize about the show. I just watch it. I think it's very overrated. It's good, don't get me wrong, but I do think it's very overhyped. Last season was good though because it was a much shorter season, and that's what the Game of Thrones should have been the whole time. Because what I think of Game of Thrones is that each season there's like 3 episodes too long because there's like multiple episodes throughout the season where you could literally put it on and fall asleep to it. They're boring, and it all builds up to like a really epic moment or epic moments in a season. But you know, I like a show to actually be like consistently entertaining and not have a lot of setup and actually like spend multiple episodes, like whole episodes, doing that setup. I just find it frustrating. So I found the Game of Thrones early seasons, or like seasons 3 and onwards until probably last season, very frustrating to watch. And I actually sort of rage quit the show for about 2 seasons, then caught up before this season, I think, because my friends were like, "You should do it," and I was like, "Okay, whatever, I'll do it." We have a friend from Russia. Once again, in your opinion, bicycle and speedster equals a faster speedster, a slower speedster, a normal person on a bike, a broken bike which requires super strength, which speedsters seem to lack. So a bicycle on a speedster on a bicycle, do you mean? Probably, it'd probably have to be just a slower speedster. Like the speedster will be able to just run normally. I think like run faster than he would on a bike, and he probably would break the bike in the same instance, I guess, as well. Because there's no way that that bike would be able to keep up with his legs going like spinning around heaps. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's definitely a slower speedster, but also a broken bike. So a combination of number 2 and 4. It's a weird question, to be completely honest, and it's got my brain ticking as well. We might have to see that on the show at one point, whether it be Wally or Barry or something, just jumping on a bike. Sorry if I turn away to cough as well. I'm still sort of, especially in the morning when I wake up, like I cough a lot because I'm still sick. So sorry if I turn away and stuff like that to sort of, cough. Say my name, Ortel Haddad. I think I got that right. Have I watched Inhumans and / all the Runaways? If so, can you do reviews or at least give your thoughts? I gave up Inhumans because it was terrible. Like, that show was bad. Runaways, we talked about this yesterday. I think I'm 4 or 5 episodes into it, and I've been told that its season finale is this week, or it comes out this week. So I'm going to wait till it's all over and then watch the whole thing. So I think I probably have like 8 episodes to watch. I think there's 10 or 12 episodes. So I'll watch the rest of it in the next... Well, hopefully, I'll try and watch it before the shows come back. So in the next week or so, I'll try and get through it all. But I did enjoy the first 4 episodes. I did like it a lot. Jonah with the $5 super chat. Do you think Dawn Allen is coming to warn Team Flash about Daniel West? Actually, I've seen that theory pop up, and it just depends where Dawn Allen's from, I guess. Like, if they set it up that Barry and Iris went to the future, like the 30th century or 1,000 years into the future, whatever it is, to have their children, then I don't think that's the case. But if they just have it in like the normal, what do you call it? Like in this normal timeline, so they have the kid in like 5 years and she grows up around this time, then yeah, I think it could be about Daniel West. And because the whole theory about that Daniel West coming to the show is that maybe Cecile dies in childbirth, and when Daniel West grows up, maybe Joe neglects him, or there's some sort of blame there and Daniel goes down a bad path, but then he goes back in time to mess people. I don't know, it could be something along those lines, which then would fit in with Dawn coming back to, say, warn Barry about Daniel West coming back or something like that. So it could be the case, but then there also could just be something about them wanting to set up the Flash family and maybe having Dawn Allen on the show, because they'd never get to a point where they'd have like a grown up Dawn Allen if they just kept on going. So if Dawn's born, they wouldn't be able to go for like 10 more years and have her, properly speaking, if that makes sense. So maybe they just want to do that and set up like the future of the Flash family. Yeah, Goldberg. I don't watch wrestling, so I really don't know who Goldberg is. So I have no idea, but I've heard that there's a wrestler called Goldberg coming onto the show. I knew the Edge. I knew who the Edge was, and he was in... Was it the Edge? No, Triple H. Was it Triple H or the Edge? It was the Edge, I think. They came on to... I know who the Edge is. I watched wrestling, or I watched wrestling sometimes around that time when I was much younger. He was in season 2 of The Flash. Was it the Edge or Triple H? No, it was the Edge. In season 2 of The Flash. So he was in the first episode. But yeah, Goldberg's coming back Goldberg's coming to the show to play a character. I have no idea who Goldberg is, but if you know who he is, then yeah, he's coming to The Flash at some point this season. Yeah, it was Edge. Yeah, I thought it was. Edge and Triple H, they cross over. They looked very similar at some stage. When will I announce the winner for the Funko Pop and the DVD? A week. Usually when I do a giveaway, for future reference, if you watch one of my videos and say I start a giveaway, the winner is announced usually a week later. So say if I did the video on Thursday, and it's a Flash giveaway, a week from then, the next Flash video around that time, so Thursday or Friday, a Flash video around those days would be the video where I announced the giveaway winner. If we get Green Lantern, on which show will he be on? Well, I don't think we're going to get him, but I think if we were going to get him, it'd probably be on Flash. MK19:20. Do you like a season that is long or short? It depends what the show is. I think Legends has a good length. And I think all the CW shows, or the DC CW shows, should be Legends of Tomorrow's length. So around 16, 17 episodes. Because really, in each of the seasons, there is about 5 or 6 like filler episodes. So, like, and even if they had that 16 to 17 episode seasons, they could still have like 1 or 2, maybe 3 filler episodes. But when you have a 23 episode season, you have like 6 to 7 filler episodes. It's a bit annoying. So I think they should cut them down to 17 or 16 episodes. They won't, because it's been proven that 23 episodes does work, or 22 in the case of Supergirl. But I would prefer if it was 16 to 17, because I think that's a good length. If they were 10 episodes, it'd be too short. But yeah, I think 16 or 17 episodes is a good amount. Get good entertainment. Do you think the marriage and Flash family stuff is happening too soon and might ruin the show going forward? It depends. That's why I hope they set something up where maybe Barry and Iris have the kid in the future, because having children on a show like it's just a show that runs like the Flash, 23 episodes a season, it's not going to work. It's going to be really bad if they have to like show like child raising on that show. Even on Arrow at the moment, where they have William, it's tedious, and he's like 12 years old, 13. Is he like 11 or 12? I think I'm going to say 12 just to give it like a middle age. He's like 12 years old, and it's tedious watching that. Really boring. It's just like they don't know how to write scenes with him, and he needs to get off the show really quickly. He's definitely one of the things weighing. I thought it was going to be interesting to watch Oliver and William's interactions, but it's the same thing every episode with them. So I'm like, yeah, okay, just move it on. No one cares about William anymore. So with the Flash, if they have children, hopefully it's done in the future, or done in some way where they're not prominent on the show, like they're not popping up all the time. That's what I hope. But yeah, it's a bit of a worry. Like with Cecile and Joe, if they have a kid and we watch it get raised or something, they're side characters for the most part, especially Cecile, who'll probably be taking care of the kid most of the time. So they won't be a massive focus. So but with Barry and Iris and their kids, they would be a focus, and they might take up a lot of screen time and be a bit of a bore to watch. Sam, once again, I'll send you one big tweet with organising the idea of Lady Shiva with all kinds of potential storyline proof, fan positivity. I've just moved this up a bit, etc. So look for that. Yeah, I will, Sam. As I said, I saw your tweet from last night, only like half an hour ago, because I saw it when I woke up. But yeah, I'd appreciate that if you did. But thanks for the super chat anyway. And then we have, in my honest opinion, Arrowverse Speed Force is a power source for all matters because their bodies have not enough energy. Vibe is clearly connected. Isn't everybody then? Well, that's something that they could explore in future seasons if they wanted to. What's Caden talking about? I'm leaving. I'm on. Like Caden. I don't know what's happening, but Caden's been writing in the chat saying, "Are you gonna start? Are you gonna?" I started like 13 minutes ago, Caden, mate. So I don't know what's going on with you. But anyway, back to this question. It would be interesting if they went down a plot line with like this. I don't know if it's like clearly obvious. That like the whole Speed Force is like a power source for different people. I wouldn't say Vibe is like clearly connected. I do think he has some connection to it due to the fact that like his powers were sort of like ignited by what do you call it? Eobard like killing him. But I don't know if it's necessarily connected to all the metas. It would be interesting if it had something to do with maybe the bus metas, because of how they got their powers. Like, they got dark matter directly from the Speed Force, while the other metas from Season 1 and stuff got their powers just from, like, the particle accelerator wave. So it's a bit different in those cases. Like, those bus meta humans got their powers directly from dark matter from the Speed Force, while the Season 1 metas got it from the particle accelerator. So there's different forms of energy. So if any metas were connected to the Speed Force, it would be the bus metas. So they could go down like a route this season with that. But for the other metas, it wouldn't be the case, I don't think. Oh, what's going on here? I have to click the chat. But thanks for the super chat and the question as well. Pagey is gay. That is news to me. That is breaking news, headlines, drama alert, hashtag drama alert. News to me. Is a live action Teen Titans happening? If so, will you be watching it? Yeah, it's happening now. They're filming it now. I think they're going to be finished filming it in maybe like April, maybe May. I don't know when they're going to release like a first trailer or something like that. But it should be coming out like I think that someone told me it's coming out the last quarter of this year. So around the same time the new seasons of like Arrow and Flash would start like next season. But it'll be on the what do you call it? The DC streaming service instead of actually on TV. But it looks pretty interesting from what we've seen so far. Will Ralph return for season 5? It just depends on this season, I guess. Like he's got like the character situation with Ralph Dibny is that like he's a recurring character this season with an option to become a regular in season 5. So they're really at the end of the season they'll decide, okay, is this character worth keeping around? If so, they'll keep him around. Like with Julian Albert, he was in the same situation. They obviously came to a decision he wasn't worth keeping around because what storylines could they do with him for this season of The Flash, the season 4. So we could see him. It just really matters. Do I play Injustice 2? I did, but I'm not the biggest fan of fighting games. I just really played it for the story. So yeah. So once I played it through once, I was like, and I traded it in because I'm not the biggest fighting game fan, so I'm not going to continuously play it. How is Neil Sandilands going to come back? Because is he currently filming is he currently filming Flash? It could be like some mental thing. Who knows? Or they could do something where his body comes back. It could be like a meta that has like regeneration abilities that can bring his body back to life. Something weird like that. But yeah, I don't know if he's currently filming Flash, then that's very interesting. That means Dominic's not around for long if DeVoe's back pretty quickly. But yeah. But Austin with the $2 super chat, very much appreciated, mate. What's your feelings about Stein dying and about Jax and favourite YouTuber? Thanks for that, very much appreciated. Well, obviously the Stein thing was quite emotional. Especially there's like multiple moments in that that crossover episode which were really sad revolving around Stein. And then with Jax, I'm interested. A lot of people are wondering if he's going to come back. Honestly, I don't really know too much about that, if he is, because he just had a kid, so he might want to stay around with the kid. So, like, I don't think he'll be back this season. If he is, it might be like right at the end or something. But it just really depends how they're going to work him back into the show if he's not going to be a hero. Like, he is the engineer. Like, Legends now doesn't have an engineer on their ship. So if the ship goes to, well, crap, who's going to fix it? So yeah, with Jax, it's a bit, I don't know if he's going to come back. But I think once Stein left, you sort of had a feeling that Jax might leave as well. And it allows them to bring someone else into the ship, which I'm excited about, which is actually a part of my video that's coming out in about an hour's time after I stream. It'll be about Legends, the promo for Legends, the episode 10 promo, and just talking about some current stuff that's happening on Legends, which a lot of people are sort of interested about. So be sure to tune into that after this stream's over, because, yeah, a lot of people have been asking and sort of wondering about it. Did you see the clip of Joe and Ralph outside the Thinker's house planting evidence? Yes, I did. I'm going to bring a video out on that promo tomorrow. I didn't want to rush it. I finished it, like planning it. I just have to record my voice. I've got all my notes down. Like, it's like a ridiculous amount of, that's not even my notes. Where's my notes for this episode? For that trailer, it's a decent amount of notes. So I'll make a video on that today sometime, and I'll upload it tomorrow around this time. So keep your eyes out for that. I didn't want to rush the video though, just because there was a lot of different stuff to go over. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for that. But I did see it, and I think something that no one else has picked up on. And I talked about this theory on Twitter with someone, and I think I'm the only one that's brought it up. So it could be my theory, and I think it's actually what's going to happen. But wait and see. Because it's pretty rare that a YouTuber actually comes up with a proper theory and doesn't, like, get it from somewhere else. So, yeah, I think I've actually got a theory that no one else has thought up, and I actually think it's what's going to happen on the show. So it might be ruining a surprise for everyone, but I don't know, I think it's a good theory. But you'll see it in tomorrow's video. What about a fat guy speedster? A slower one, same speed and therefore more impulse and better, becoming athletic instantly, being exhausted faster. Well, I think if someone became a speedster and they say we're fat, I think they'd lose all their weight pretty instantly, you know, like from just running. I think, at least. I don't know. A bit confused. I don't know. We have to see an example of it, I guess. Like, maybe they should have made Wally a bit chunkier or something like that and then given him his speed and just seen what happened. I don't know. Honestly, that's a bit of a difficult question. They probably would get tired faster, though. Because wasn't that the case with Barry early on? Like, wasn't he getting tired much? I know it was because he wasn't eating as well, but he probably wasn't as active, if that makes sense. Have you seen the Honest trailer? Sorry, of the Flash. Yeah, I think I know what one you're talking about. What's my Twitter? It's in the what do you call it? The description of this stream. You should see my Twitter down there. Why is Supergirl only coming back for 4 episodes? Supergirl's only coming back for 4 episodes because with the Andrew Kreisberg situation, he wrote a lot of what was happening. He's basically why Supergirl is like good this season. Like let's be honest, if Supergirl had its other writing staff controlling this, it wouldn't be good. So Kreisberg was basically the head of Supergirl for this season, really masterminding their story. And then he got fired for, you know, misconduct. And they had to rewrite basically everything he's done that wasn't like cemented for and that he wasn't paid for. Because if they use it now that he's fired, he could sue them for like, I don't know what the correct term is, but he could like sue them, take them to court. It cost them millions of dollars. So they obviously scrapped what he did, and they're going to go back into back to the drawing board, I guess, and write the most of the back half of Supergirl season 3. So I don't know. That could be a bad thing because, as I said, I think Kreisberg is the reason that Supergirl is half decent this season, and now he's sort of what do you call it? Gone, and now they have to rewrite, and I'm sort of scared about that. So yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen there. Sorry, I got some super chats. Angels Raid with the $2 super chat with dab. Not dabbing. I've made that clear. Not going to dab. Do you think the Flash can go off comics and make their stories? Oh, yeah, I think they can. Like, Arrow's done that. I'm sure Flash should be able to. Like, Legends of Tomorrow obviously does. They just make stuff off the spot. Supergirl basically has in the opening 2 seasons, in my opinion. They're sort of basically using a comic book story now with Rain. So yeah, easily. It just matters. Like, if you mean like making a character, then yeah, I guess they've made metahumans, sort of. So yeah, I think they could definitely go off comics and make their own stories. I don't know if that necessarily could be a whole season arc. They might want to use a comic book villain, a comic book arc, or elements of it for a season whole story. But definitely like short arc stories, they definitely could just go make up their own stuff if they wanted to. Daniel with the £5 super chat, very much appreciated. If Legends was cancelled, which shows would they go to? Probably just their original shows, I guess. The only ones you have to weigh up are people that weren't on shows before, like Vixen, I guess Zari, and Nate. Like, they're the only ones that weren't on shows. So they're the ones that you have to go, okay, where would they go? I think if Legends got cancelled, they'd probably make another spin-off show and maybe use 1 or 2 of these characters. But yeah, like, I think people would go back to their own shows, like Sarah and Ray and stuff would go back to Arrow. Heatwave would go back to Flash and stuff like that, and just be in that universe if they wanted to use him. Okay, people saying it's frozen, it's lagging. I don't think it is. On my end, it's good, so hopefully it's just those couple people that maybe just got some random lag. But yeah, just really be about like Nate, Zari, and Amaya. Like, where would they go? Because they're obviously were brought into the show and were set up in another show. So I didn't necessarily know where they go. They might just go into the oblivion and then maybe show up as like guest characters in certain arcs, or maybe the crossovers, who knows. Hello, Hero27_Havoc. Did you see the new trailer? If you're talking about Flash, yes, I did. I will do a video. I have a video prepared and it will go out tomorrow. My video for today is a Legends of Tomorrow video, which I'm I've been meaning to put out for like a week, and just other stuff has come up. So yeah, so the Legends video will be out after this because I need to get it out because it's just been sitting there for so long. Why does Legends keep using Damien Dark? I think it's just chemistry between him and the other people. I don't mind him on Legends. He didn't fit Arrow at all, but on Legends I think he's decent. Do I watch Stranger Things? That's from Kyra. Yeah, I do. I love Stranger Things. I think the season 2 of Stranger Things was the quickest thing I've binge watched in regards to the amount of episodes it has. So yeah, I do like Stranger Things. Oh, I've moved the chat down. I've got this like, so I got a Mac. I got a new Mac, and it comes with this like Magic Mouse thing, and it's so touch sensitive. Like I just touch it slightly and it goes down. So I need to get really used to using it again. Caden, I've said your name like 3 times this stream because you kept complaining that I wasn't starting the stream when the stream had been going for 13 minutes. So I've said your name a couple of times, Caden. Are they doing a Trickster episode this season? Yeah, they filmed a Trickster episode. I think it's episode 11, but it's not the Mark Hamill Trickster, unfortunately. It's the younger version we saw in season 1. Thanks, David, for the $20 super chat. Very much appreciated for supporting the channel. Love the channel. Thanks for the quality content. No problem. That's why I try to provide content that everyone can, I guess relate to, but also understand. Like try and break it down as much as I can. Daniel, which has been your favorite villain from Arrow? Ooh, probably Prometheus, because I always rank up like Slade was a better character. So if we're gonna rank it on characters that were like villains, then it would be Slade. But for like a villain, Prometheus. But who knows? Richard Dragon can be pretty badass. Who knows what he's gonna do in the next half of Arrow. Probably won't live up to Prometheus standards. But then again, Prometheus was lame. Oh, not lame, but it was just like, okay, what's going on here for like 15 episodes, and then he got revealed and stuff, so. Do you think we will see the Speed Force this season at some point? Maybe, because there might be like repercussions of what happened at the beginning. And also, there's like an episode called like Enter Flash Time, which could involve the Speed Force, which is episode 15, I think, of this season. Enter Flash Time, so that can involve the Speed Force. Obviously, it's not called like Enter the Speed Force like we had last season, but Enter Flash Time, you'd think it might involve the Speed Force, so that's what we could get. Which is better, Slade or Prometheus, yeah. Oh, as a character, Slade, but as a villain, Prometheus. Will you review Gotham when it comes back? I aim to. I would have been doing Gotham this season because I thought it was going to stay. Because what happened is Arrow moved days, and I thought, okay, this is perfect. Gotham will go to where Arrow was. So it'll be like Supergirl one day, Flash and Legends on another day, Gotham, and then Arrow. And Gotham was like, ha, you guessed wrong, and we'll go to the same day as Arrow. Why did we do that? So, I don't know. When it comes back, I'll probably try and do it. And I'll sort of set it up like I do with Flash and Legends. So I'll do Arrow at the time. I'll do Flash reviews on that day, and then I'll do Gotham the next morning, if that makes sense. Ooh. Yeah, Matt Letcher is casting another show, so he won't be coming back to, what do you call it? The Flash this season, because he's on Narcos. Do a video on Killer Frost and theories about her. I don't know. I like Killer Frost. Like, she's definitely, I put her in my top, I think she was number 5 on my top 10 moments of the Flash season 4 so far. It's just, I don't know what theories I'd do about her, because I think her story's fairly straightforward. I guess the only thing we haven't really seen is what she did from the end of season 3 of the Flash to the beginning of season 4. So that's where they could explore. But I think there's more to come from her this season, definitely, especially with her and Amunet Black. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't really have necessarily any theories on her. Will William become a vigilante? Well, I don't know. I think they need to get William off the show. Like, send him to boarding school. Just make it so, like, oh, Star City's too dangerous for William. Boarding school. And then just get rid of him. Because I thought he was going to be half decent this season, and he really hasn't. It's not the actor's fault either. I have seen people, like, bash the actor. I'm like, come on, he's pretty young. Like, give him a bit of a slack. It's just really the writing around it. Like, writing is just a bit meh, just very average. So I think maybe just sending him off somewhere like boarding school would be the best thing to go with. Zangilios with a $2 super chat, very much appreciated. Could you have a game day with your fans on Xbox? If people can add me if they want. It just matters if you're like, I guess you just need good connection. Like we could play COD, I guess, if we wanted to, but I'd have to set that up. And like dedicate a good couple of hours to it. Because usually when I game, I'll jump off for like half an hour and just play a couple of games and then jump off. Like I'm not a sit down and game for a while sort of gamer. Biggest mistake made in Arrow from Daniel Pickering, £2 super chat, might I say. Biggest mistake, I could easily just say Olicity. But like a one-time mistake, Olicity's been like a consistent mistake. So a one-time mistake, probably killing Laurel just because of what had happened earlier that season. Like they set up that there's like no stakes because Felicity survived like a machine gun attack to the back, which no one should be surviving that. Like people will die from one bullet. So if she's surviving like a barrage of them, like what the hell? But then they like sort of just went against that, and then so that whole situation was a mistake. That whole like season 4 deaths when like Felicity should have died and she didn't, but then Laurel got stabbed, and fair enough if she died, but when you compare it to stuff that happened earlier that season with Felicity, it's just like, well, this doesn't make sense. So season 4, I'm just gonna say season 4 is a mistake. That's the best way to put it. If Godspeed is in the Flash, do you think he will look like he does in the comics? If not, what do you think he will look like? He probably won't look like he does in the comics. They'll probably change it up a bit, just because that suit would be hard to make look half decent in real life. So yeah, I don't know if they'd make the suit look like it does in the comics. It'd have to look much different. Ooh. When will Supergirl get her new suit? Hopefully she gets a new one in like season 4. Maybe like she gets bashed up or something in like season 3 at some point by Rain. I guess she already has, but again, and she should get like, obviously in the crossover, Overgirl had like the whole suit where she didn't have a skirt. She had like the suit was like legs and proper top and stuff like that. They should do that for Supergirl, and look, I think that's what like New 52 Supergirl looked like. That was like the suit that she had, so they should go with that. Like they made a suit and it proven to look good. I think more people like the Overgirl sort of design. The one they have at the moment is like the classic Supergirl look with the skirt. But yeah, they should change it where it's like the one sort of piece thing. And I think that'd be a good change for Supergirl. Because the thing is, a suit changes a lot. Like think about how, like if Barry had the same suit this season, a lot of people would be like, oh, it's the same stuff with the Flash, even though the villain's much different. But the Flash has a new suit and everyone loves it, so why not give Supergirl a new suit? And every single time that Arrow gets a new suit as well, everyone loves it. Well, at least talks about it, might I say. Killer Frost can go to... Does that mean Legends of Tomorrow? Maybe. I think... I'd prefer if Caitlin Snow stayed on the Flash, though. I don't... she's a character, like, she's an OG on the Flash, so I don't like it when they take people like that. Like, all the people that really have gone to the other shows aren't OGs. Like Ray wasn't an OG of Arrow, neither was Sarah and stuff like that. So yeah, I wouldn't like it if like an original, even like people like if Iris went to the Legends, which wouldn't make sense anyway, but I wouldn't want her to go because she's like an original member of the show. So yeah, I don't like it when they take like original members and move them to Legends. Like Legends is more like that. These like side characters that came into shows and then moved on. So I prefer if they just did that. So that's why it could be like Wally West or something like that that goes to Legends if they wanted to go with that. But as I said, my video that's coming out after this stream, we're going to be going all over the Legends of Tomorrow and who they're going to be adding to the season later on. This is from Daniel. Do you think she will get an upgraded suit due to the damage it suffered after a battle with Rain? Maybe. I haven't seen these set photos from Supergirl. I don't know if there have been any ones. Maybe that's why they're keeping it under wraps, because maybe she gets a new suit or something. But yeah, her suit against the battle with Rain, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, she gets pretty much smoked. And she gets like does the emblem get ripped off or does it just get like burnt? Like I couldn't really tell if it got like ripped off or it got burned. It was just like charred like around the place where her emblem would be. But what was I going to say? They could lead to her getting a new suit there, but as I said, I haven't seen any set photos, so I don't know if she gets a new suit. Maybe that's why there isn't, because she does get a new suit. But I think they might just, if they're going to do it, they'll probably do it beginning of next season, just so they have time to like test it and stuff like that. Wally West is a mechanic like Jax, isn't he? He was like, wasn't he studying like mechanical engineering or something? That's what he wanted to be. So I don't think he's just like Jax is like, I don't think he's the same as Jax, but like he was becoming like he's studying to become a mechanical engineer or something like that. How is Reign so much stronger than Supergirl? They haven't really explained that. I think it's more because their powers lay dormant for so much longer that maybe there's just like an overdose of the powers, if that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully they they delve deeper into Reign come the early parts of Supergirl. When we come back to Supergirl in, what, a week and a half's time. Did you see the photos for Flash 410? Yes, I did. I think one of them is in the thumbnail for this video, or for this live stream, might I say. But I go over them, or I include them in my video on the promo that came out yesterday, which will come out tomorrow, and I go over some other stuff. So be sure to keep your eyes out for that, because as I said, I'm pretty sure I go over something that no one else has even talked about and no one else has mentioned. That's why you take your time with your videos, because if you rush, you don't notice certain things and sort of skip certain things. Worst relationship in the Arrowverse minus Olicity. Current relationship. Easy. James Olsen and Lena Luthor on Supergirl makes no sense. In like season 2, James was like the biggest conspiracy theorist against Lena Luthor, and like did not like her. And now they're together hooking up. Like, what the hell? This makes zero sense. Worst relationship in the Arrowverse, easily. But ones that have existed and maybe don't exist anymore, like anything with Kendra in season 1 of Legends was pretty bad. Yeah, off the top, Susan Williams and Oliver in last season of Arrow. Naruto with the $2 super chat. What if elongated man goes in Legends? Yeah, they could do that if they wanted to. I prefer if he stayed on Flash though, because I think he has good chemistry with Barry and stuff, and even Joe, and even Cisco, and even Harry. So I think he fits Flash. Like, certain characters fit his show, but then they would maybe fit Legends more. But I think Ralph is a character who I think would actually just fits Flash. I think he works for Flash. But thanks for the super chat and the question, Naruto. And then Anthony coming in with the $2 as well. Do you think the Flash could go for 14 seasons? We could definitely go for 14 seasons. If it does is another question. Like Superman, Smallville went for like 9 or 10. So I think Flash could definitely go for that amount. Like, Arrow wouldn't surprise me if it went for 10 seasons either. It just matters about ratings. They really need to keep their ratings and stop annoying people with certain things. Don't have to mention what they are. Focus on a cool vigilante show like we had the first couple of seasons. Any new heroes debuting in the Arrowverse main shows? Well, I guess Supergirl, they have the Legion of Superheroes, but apart from that, no. Yeah, none. Yeah, just Legion of Superheroes in Supergirl, that's about it. If you were a person in episode 7 of The Flash, would you have listened to Barry about DeVoe? Probably not. Like, that's the thing, like, for us, the fans, when we're watching that, it's like, yeah, it's believable, but, like Barry could have just been freaking out over certain things, so for them, I think it was understandable why they maybe didn't believe Barry. I think to some extent, like, I think, was it Iris that sort of, like, had to go at Barry for this, but, like, I don't think anyone else, I think, like, maybe Iris took it too far in that situation. I think it was Iris. Correct me if I'm wrong if it wasn't Iris. It might have been Cisco. Oh, I just moved this up a bit. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have believed him. Have you seen Thor Ragnarok? If you have, what's your opinion? Yeah, I liked it. I've seen it twice. I'm begging you, DeVoe wanted the bus matters in Iron Heights, so if Barry went to prison. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think it's more just so they gather. There must be something happening, because I don't know if it's going to be necessarily if Barry went to prison, he'd be in their area, because they'd have to prove that Barry's probably a metahuman, I guess, to be in their area. Because you got to remember, they'd be in like the metahuman wing of the of Iron Heights, so they wouldn't be anywhere near Barry. So I don't necessarily think it's around that. Is Ragman ever come back? This is from Sam, working on a big tweet. It's just because I think Joe Dinnicole, who played Rory or Ragman, is on another show. So it just depends if they can fit him in. And also, if they brought him back, they'd probably do the Haven Rock storyline, which they promised last season we never got. So yeah, I think that if we're going to get him back, it'd hopefully be for Haven Rock, because I still want to go back there and see what's going on there and like focus on a Ragman episode. So I would like to see him back, and hopefully he isn't just forgotten and thrown down the plot hole that Arrow, sometimes does. But I would like to see him come back. But in regards to like confirming anything, we can't really do that. Daniel with the £5 super chat. Do you think something will develop between Kara and Brainiac 5 like in the comics? You would hope so. Like I don't know what they're doing with Supergirl this season. Like, this would have been a real... Like, okay, so I don't like Mon-El and Kara's relationship, because I like Mon-El as a character by himself, but when him and Kara together, he like weighs down Kara too much, and like it doesn't become... it's not longer a show about Supergirl, it's about Mon-El. So I don't know if it's the writers or that's what they wanted to do with Mon-El. It's just like the characteristics of him, and that's what they wanted to portray. But I don't like them together, and hopefully they don't get back together. Hopefully it's sort of hinted at and they just don't. But Brainiac 5 and Supergirl obviously have a past. So they probably will go with that. I think they will at least hint to it, at least, because obviously there's a big fan base around that relationship. But yeah, so I think they might go with it. But I'm not sure. With Mon-El there, it makes it obviously much more difficult. And if... I don't know. It's a bit confusing, because obviously, like, they might be scared of the Twitter reaction, because that's what would happen. God. I love Twitter, but I hate Twitter at the same time, because people have, like, hissy fits on it. But anyway, Anthony with the $2 super chat. Do you think that Cobalt Blue would ever show up? I would love to see Cobalt Blue. I would love to see... I've been talking about it since, like, Season 2 of The Flash. I would love to see Cobalt Blue come back. Even before Season 2 came out, I think I made a video on Cobalt Blue. I would love to see him come on the show. It just really depends on how they go with him, or how they portray him. He's like, is he going to be Eddie Thawne? Who's he going to be? Like, who's Cobalt Blue going to be? So that's really the whole thing around it. Like, who's going to be him? That's like the biggest thing, I think. Like, because I think he's a good character to use. It's just really like, how do we set him up? Like, who is Cobalt Blue? Are we going to do it where it's like Eddie Thawne? Or we're going to do it with some random. Maybe it's like an alternate version of Barry, but they just sort of did that with Saboteur, so I don't know if they'd go with that again. Someone asked, how do you donate? You click this little thing down here. It says Super Chat. You click on it, and you go send a Super Chat, and then you can just drag up and choose how much you want to donate and stuff. And then you write a message like, I am the... Oh, I can't spell. I am the Flash. Or something like that. And then you can donate. Who do you prefer, Killer Frost or Kalen? I prefer them. I like each of them equally. They both have killer qualities and nice qualities at the same time. Is there anyone in the comics that you think could be one of the bust metahumans? Off the top of my head, no, because they've really used random metahumans, to be completely honest. Like, stuff that isn't necessarily related to Flash. So, it's hard to predict who would be a bust metahuman at this stage. How does Ralph play into DeVoe's plan? See, that's the thing. I don't know if he necessarily does, because he was sort of drunk when he got on the bus, so he just might have been one of those casual ones that maybe wasn't meant to be on the bus, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. I know that Harry Wells is meant to be associated with DeVoe's plan at some stage, though, so that's interesting. Austin Kaufman with the $5 super chat, very much appreciated, mate. Love the videos. My question is, do you think Dragon will take over Caden James' operations, but spare his life? So yeah, my theory was that he maybe kills Caden James and goes, bang, you're down, I'm taking control of this hood. That was bad, okay? That's actually really cringy. Anyway, let's move on. So that's my theory, and then he takes over, which is a possible option. But it's possible that maybe he takes over and just sort of just like almost like a mutiny, but doesn't kill Caden James, like lets him live and lets him go off and do his own thing. But that's a risk. Like, you don't want to leave any loose ends. So I think if Richard Dragon is going to take over, he probably will kill Caden James, unless Caden James is possibly arrested again and goes to jail, and that's maybe why he isn't on the show, or why the actor is available later on in the season. But I want to see Richard Dragon kill him. To be completely honest, I want to see Richard Dragon do something really badass, and I think killing Caden James just like a spur of the moment as well. Like, no real setup to it, just goes bang, bullet in the head or whatever, snaps his neck, something like that. Would be really cool to see and just show how much of a lethal character Richard Dragon is. So that's what I'd like to see. But thanks for the super chat and the question as well. And then we have Daniel. Could Earth 2 Robert Queen appear in Arrow? It's a possibility. It is a possibility. They maybe could do something with Black Siren's flashbacks, so maybe she had encounters with the Earth 2 Hood, because Robert Queen would have still been running around at that stage when Black Siren was, Black Siren. I would like to see, it just really, I guess, depends on the actor availability. Jamie Sheridan, I think that's his name. Jamie Sheridan, I think it is. Just really matters on his availability, I guess. It's okay, Caden. I've seen you write that message a couple of times. It's fine. Will Sarah ever meet evil Laurel? Yeah, but probably after she's redeemed. They might save it for then. It's just really hard because she's on Legends. Like, they have to really set it up. So maybe at the end of Legends season, they might do something with that. Don't you think more people should have died from the Lian Yu explosion? Probably. Like, it was very anticlimactic, that thing. Like, their excuse is that, oh, it's not about like who died, it's about like the other consequences, like Diggle and his arm and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, but it's such a lame sort of, well, just thing to come from it. So I think Arrow failed out of the gate this season because of what they'd set up last season. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, what's going to happen here? Is half the cast going to die? And no one dies apart from like the one character that was extremely expendable in the form of Samantha. So, and everyone knew she was going to die once like it'd been revealed that William was going to be living with Oliver. Like, obviously that she was going to die. So there was like no surprises in that episode. It isn't clear who added the Green Arrow as Oliver Queen. Well, yeah, they'll probably delve deeper into that maybe when they come back. Who knows? The Gaming Ultra with the $2 super chat, very much appreciated. Do you think we'll see Mirror Master and Top back? It's possible. I would like to see them back. I did like Mirror Master and Top. I thought they worked well together. I do like the actress that plays Top as well. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them back. It just matters, I guess, if they fit in. You don't want to do it too soon after they've just gone to prison. So they probably need to like maybe wait a bit. Like, really, we saw the Trickster back in Season 1, that young one, and now we're getting him back in Season 4. So it's been a while since we've last seen him. So that's a good, maybe not that long, but maybe wait until maybe next season to bring them back. Cisco and Gypsy to get married. I don't know if that'll happen. They might just leave them as like a long-distance relationship. Favorite relationship Caitlyn has been in? Probably Caitlyn and Ronnie, I guess, because it's the one that like sort of felt genuine, I guess. Do you think William is Connor Hawke? I don't know if they're ever going to do that. As I said, I think they need to get William off the show just because the storyline's a bit just average. What do you think about Speed God? This is a new character. Do you mean Godspeed? I think he's cool. He's a vigilante though. He's not necessarily a villain. So they have to sort of maybe change up his character for the show if they wanted to really make him a villain. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him. Did you see Reverse Flash on the new promo? I did. I didn't. So I don't think he's there. So. What if they replace Amaya with Mari? Well, I think they said Mari's going to be in this season at some point of Legends. So whenever that happens, I guess that'd be pretty cool. We haven't seen Mari for ages. Like, the actress who plays Mari is like a Broadway actor. So I understand why it's hard to get it, because she's like working constantly on Broadway. So I understand why it's hard to get her on the show. But if they can just get her for 1 week, 1 episode, then that'd be pretty cool. Just to see 2 vixens working together. Do you think Barry will reveal his identity? I can't answer that because in my video tomorrow, I go through my theory on what I think is going to happen. But it does involve revealing something. So definitely watch that video tomorrow and you'll get that theory. Because as I said, I don't think anyone else has talked about it. I think I'm the only one that's ever... I think I've come up with this theory. So it's something that no one else has come up with. So yeah, hopefully people don't steal it. That's a warning. I'll strike you. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. Favorite meta villain. Favorite meta villain. I have no idea. I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head who my favorite meta villain is, to be completely honest. How long do you think before Iris dies? Because I want her dead. She won't die. If they were going to kill Iris, they would have killed her off last season. So basically, Iris has got the invulnerability sort of thing strapped to her chest. Like, she's not going to die now. If she didn't die last season, she won't die ever again. Could Anatoly die? Possibly. Like, a lot of that cabal could possibly die, with like maybe Black Siren being the only one to survive. Oh, what's going on here? Like, I think Vigilante's gonna die. He'll probably die like protecting Dinah or saving Dinah's life, because drama. Like, that'd be very dramatic. I think Caden James will die. His right-hand man, Boots, will probably die. Richard Dragon will probably maybe die come the end of the season if it's him and Oliver at the end of it. And then there's Anatoly, I guess. Unless Anatoly maybe swaps side and maybe starts helping Oliver. Who knows? What was Ralph investigating during the crossover? I can't remember. I think they mentioned it. I just can't remember what it was. Daniel and Izesti dropping the super chats at the same time. Don't know if they're working together. But the most underwhelming villain in the Arrowverse as a big bad, Savitar was very underwhelming. I think Ra's al Ghul, for the most part, was pretty underwhelming. Like, his end plan. And then the Supergirl villains were pretty underwhelming. Like, season 1 and 2, very underwhelming. Will Daniel West show up before Godspeed? Love the vid. Well, yeah, I guess it depends on what happens next season. I think if they went for a speedster villain, they probably will go with either Godspeed or Daniel West. So really it's 50-50 there, I guess, with who's going to show up first. So it's pretty hard to choose. I think logically they should go with Daniel West, just because Godspeed's just been in the comics, might not be the best one to go with. So yeah, I think Daniel West would be the best one to go for. Would you like to see a Jesse Quick animated Arrowverse show? I wouldn't mind seeing like a multiverse show, like whether it be like Earth 2 or Earth 3, and maybe make that like an animated CW seed show, like we saw with the Ray show, with Constantine and Vixen and stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Have we ever seen Boots before the mid-season finale? Yeah, we saw his literal boots in episode 1. He's like the person that saved Laurel, or Black Siren, off Lian Yu. We saw Black Siren talking to him in episode 1, I think it was, and then in the mid-season, and then in the episode Caden James was introduced, he was with Black Siren and Caden James in that like airport hangar. And basically wherever Caden James is, Boots is. Like, Boots is his like right-hand man. So yeah. And then we saw him obviously in the mid-season finale standing next to, you guessed it, Caden James. On his left side though, not his right hand. So they're sort of changing it up a bit. Is this house is bitchin' supposed to mean something important? I was literally going to do a video on like, what does this house is bitching mean? I thought that is so clickbaity because I have no idea what it means. I thought, you know what, I'll skip it. I'm not going to bother doing it. I might. Who knows? I might be desperate and do it. It just matters like what else happens, I guess. Like what else transpires this season. I think it might come to a head. Like I think it's going to happen. A lot of people think it's going to be Bart Allen that maybe comes in and says this house is bitchin'. Which would be pretty funny if that's the case. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Since you're Australian, I was curious how you view America/Americans, considering you just went to LA. I love the channel. Yeah, the thing that caught me the most off guard when I was in America was crossing the streets. Even if you're not near like a pedestrian crossing, you know, where it's like marked on the street where you can cross the road, cars stop you regardless. It's really weird, and they get angry when you don't cross. I'm like, I was gonna let you go and just wait till no cars were coming past, and then I was gonna cross the road. But okay, I'll cross now. They just stop for no reason, and let you cross. It's really weird. That was the thing in Australia. They'll run you over. So I thought it was really weird that like people were just stopping. Um, Oh, I've just lost this super chat. Where'd it go? Is this it? Yeah, Daniels. Um, the Americans didn't the accent didn't call me off guard because I've known American people before, so I've talked to American people like in person as well, and like had friends that are American, so it didn't catch me off guard too much. Um, yeah, nothing really like caught me too much off guard and stuff like that. Um, But yeah, I'd love to go back. I'll probably try and go back at the end of year, or the end of this year, or at some point this year again as well. Daniel with a £2 super chat. When will Jay Garrick return? I'm not too sure. But the John Wesley Shipp, who plays Jay Garrick, said that he would be back this season at some point. When that is, who knows? He didn't know when. He just said he should be back at some point this season. So I guess maybe towards the end, maybe Enter Flash Time. That could be the episode he appears in, episode 15, but we'll have to wait and see. Cara Barry created Time Remnant that goes to prison for him. Look, you don't want to mess with that anymore. Look what happened with Savitar. That was a Time Remnant. Imagine how annoyed that Time Remnant would be if it had to go to prison. Look, you'd have Savitar 2.0. You can't just... that's the thing, that's the issue when they bring certain things like that into the show, because then it becomes an excuse. Like when Flashpoint's there, anything that's different now is because of Flashpoint. Oh, if this happens, why can't he go back in time and change it? Oh, if this happens, why can't a Time Remnant just do that for him? You know, that's the issue when they bring things in. Like, it's okay when they, in that situation, if it solves a certain problem and it feels fitting, but then for future situations, then it becomes like oh, why didn't they use a Time Remnant here? Oh, why didn't they use this there? So, yeah. Hopefully Time Remnants are not touched again on the show, because they're too confusing. Daniel, once again... when Roy returns, could he have had a relationship with Cheshire and they had a child like in the comics? Well, I've always said this. I think they should have made Thea Cheshire in season 3 of Arrow, and then done something with Roy and Cheshire like in the comics where they have the child. I think that's what they should have gone with. Unfortunately, they didn't. Like, they set it up really good in season 3. Like, Thea was with Malcolm Merlyn. She was sort of on the bad side. Make her Cheshire. Why didn't they do that? Who knows? But I think Roy's not going to have anything like that going on. I think when he comes back, him and Thea are going to go live off. It wouldn't surprise me if he like proposed to Thea, or they just literally got like quickly married or something in this season. And then they go off and live the rest of their lives together. And that's the end of Roy and the end of Thea on Arrow as a whole. So I think that's what they're going to go with. I think that's a good end for both of the characters. Sorry. Okay, I thought I saw a question, but I wasn't too sure. What Flash comics do you recommend? Anything really by like Flash Rebirth, like the one that Jeff Johns wrote. Any Jeff Johns Flash comic, really. That's probably the best. Just Google that. That's probably the best place to go. Someone asked, that's what it was. How long until the stream ends? Another 10-15 minutes. So I'll give everyone like a 5-minute warning. Until when the stream's about to end. Actually, you know what we haven't done this episode? Or this live stream. We haven't brought out the whiteboard. The whiteboard. That was a really lame turn. I'll try and do another one. The whiteboard. Okay, that was half decent. The whiteboard. We'll get the whiteboard marker out as well. It's in my drawer here. Everyone loves the whiteboard. It's more popular than I am. If you're new to the stream, you don't come to the streams for me. You come to the streams for the whiteboard. Okay, so the last thing we'll just talk about. We've got 10-15 minutes. Someone did ask about 5 minutes ago what a super chat, and I was answering a super chat at the time. Super chat is when you click, God, that's bright. You click this little block emblem. You'll see it down. Where am I? Here. Super chat. You click that and you can donate and ask a question if you want. I've just lost my marker. Oh no, I chucked it in the drawer. It's all good. Worst character in The Arrow. Worst character in Arrow. I don't know. Curtis can be annoying at some times, but then enjoyable at other times. So it's just like, what's going on here, Curtis? I thought that was a swastika for a second. Trust me, so many people have as well. So many people have. It's obviously it doesn't look exact. I don't think obviously YouTube is like, oh, maybe this looks like a swastika. It's just maybe the way I draw it looks a bit like it. So maybe I should work on my drawing skills. Could Monel die? Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people want him to die. I don't know if he will. He might do something where he sacrifices himself for Supergirl or something. I think Monel should leave Supergirl by the end of this season. He shouldn't be in Supergirl season 4. This should definitely be his last season on Supergirl. Depending on how they write him out of the show. Maybe he just goes back to the Legion in the future, or he dies, one of the two. Hey Pagey, are you doing anything on Discord later after the stream? Maybe. I probably will. I'll probably jump on for a bit after I get my video up. So my video will be up about like 10-15 minutes after this stream ends. So keep your eyes out for that. But yeah, we'll stream for another like 14 minutes exactly. Am I a banana? No, I am not. That's like a bit of a meme in the chat, or at least it was before I went on holiday. Will you ever make a video explaining how you got your name Pagey? Well, not really, because there's not much secret to it. It's just my nickname. Did you see the set photos of Accelerated Man on a set with Barry and Thing? No, I did not. I might be able to have a look now. If I can see it, I might bring it up on this on the what do you call it, the stream. Hopefully I don't lag because of this. I can't see anything about leaked set photos. Let me type in the flash on what do you call it? I don't know if that's a joke or not. If it's real, then link me the photos, because I have not seen them and I don't know if they're real or not. Yeah, I can't say anything at the moment. Where's my OBS? Daniel with the $5 super chat. Do you think, should Black Siren join Team Arrow, that this will cause tensions between Oliver and Felicity? I guess it depends when Black Siren, or if she joins, what do you call it, Team Arrow. I think she's going to have a redemption arc. Like, I do think she'll get redeemed. It just matters, if, what do you call it, she wants to join Team Arrow come the end of it. So I just don't know if they can do it with her and Dinah Drake there at the same time. So unless maybe Dinah Drake leaves, I don't know. I've always had issues with Dinah Drake because they don't really do much with her. There's like not much story going on with her, so they really need to figure out that. They might get rid of her because of that. I prefer Black Siren on the team than Dinah Drake though, because I think she's much more interesting. Someone asked a decent question. Do you think the Dragon will get a bigger role in Season 6B of Arrow? 100%. I think he's going to be the main villain, so yeah, he's going to get a much bigger role. That's why he hasn't been in much, because I think it's just like they're teasing him, and then he's going to be like, I'm here, watch out. Like, the guy that plays Richard Dragon is in the new Insidious movie, The Last Key. I don't know what his role is, I just know he's in that movie. But yeah, if anyone finds those set pictures, link them, I guess. Or link them to me on Twitter, one of the two. I'm on Twitter at the moment. Oh, what the hell? That's cool. They showed, okay, so if anyone's like familiar with Black Lightning, they released the you know, Thunder is one of his daughters, and they released the first look at her. So I'll link the image in the chat. Oh, no. What the hell is going on here? So that's pretty cool. It's probably going to be delayed from when people get that link. But anyway. Sam, you can just send it to me on Twitter. I will definitely see it on Twitter. Daniel with a £5 super chat. Do you think Dinah will be forced to kill a vigilante? Maybe, or they could make it that, what do you call it? Vigilante sacrifices himself to, you know, save, what do you call it? Dinah. The link doesn't work. It should work. I retweeted it on Twitter, so if you go to my Twitter, you should see it, because I retweeted it. It looks pretty cool. It looks a bit fake at the same time, though. I don't know if that's just it might have been the material that looks a bit weird. I might try and bring it up here, actually, on the stream. Hold on, let me save it to my computer. I'll bring it up on the stream. Okay. Jonah with a £2 super chat. Don't miss anything else? No, okay, sweet. Do you think James's son is William by adoption? Probably not. I don't think that'll be the case. I don't think they'll go with that. But I'll bring up the what the hell? Let me try and bring up this image. What the hell? Okay, for some reason it didn't save the image. Great. No idea why I did that. Anyway, we'll get back to it in a second. Hello, don't juice your pickles. Welcome to the chat. Okay, that should work. Now let me try and bring it up. Ugh, this is an effort. There we go. Okay, so that's the new Black Lightning image that they released. Okay, so that's I'll block the chat. That's Jefferson Pierce's older daughter. So there's Thunder and what's the other? Well, I can't remember what the other daughter's name is. Just let me look on Twitter again. Blah blah blah. So I'm just looking up stuff. Yeah, it's Lightning. It's Thunder and Lightning. I thought it was. The younger daughter is called Lightning, and the older daughter is Thunder. I didn't want to call it Lightning. I was like, it's not Lightning, because Black Lightning. So it's Thunder, and I was going to say Bolt, but yeah, it's Lightning. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely very interesting. And as I said, the suit sort of looks fake. Like if I zoom a bit, it just sort of looks like it's photoshopped on the head. But it just might have been like, maybe once they took the photo, they did some Photoshop to make it look a bit different. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Remove that. Remove that. And remove that. There we go. Okay, I think it looks pretty cool. But I wonder if I don't know, because they might make it that Thunder is like first, and then Lightning comes around second. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Am I going to do a video on the Reverse Flash? I was going to, but I don't know. I don't see the point in it anymore. Like, it was sort of only relevant around the crossover, so I think that the topic's sort of dead. As I said, when I was away in America, I missed out on a lot of stuff that I could have done, and my channel sort of paid the price of it a bit, like I do for my channels. I wouldn't, like, it's not dead, but it's definitely, like, it's not as active as it was, say, before I went on holiday. But yeah, so I don't really want to, like, force a video out like that. I was looking on the Black Lightning stuff. I was just saying stuff like that. Yeah, some countries can't send super chat, but like if you want to attempt to see if you can send super chat, you just click this little emblem down here. It says super chat. You click on it. You go send super chat. Just go up and down, stuff like that. And you just type a message if you want, and then you send the super chat, I guess. So we'll stream for like another 5 minutes, guys. That's your 5-minute warning. Daniel with a £2 super chat. Favorite fight in Arrow minus crossovers. Probably the one that always sticks in my mind is the hallway fight from season 1. That's one of my favorite ones. I did like the Malcolm Merle or the Dark Archer versus Green Arrow fight as well. Like in episode 9 or something like that. I did like those ones as well. If you were the Flash, what would you do? Run. Oh, sorry, I'm still sick, guys. So, like, yeah. I know where I put my, like, medication. No, I don't know where it is. I put it somewhere. Yeah, but sorry for being, I don't think I've coughed that much in the stream, which I find surprising, because before it, I was coughing like, God knows, I was coughing like I'd smoked, like, 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Hi, what is your favorite DCEU movie? I love Wonder Woman, but I love Batman v Superman, like the Ultimate Edition. I just appreciate it so much. So yeah, Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. Who would Caden James' son be? I think it'd just be someone random. Like, not everyone's son has to be someone else, you know what I mean? I think it'll just be some random person, you know? Best and worst Arrow... I don't smoke cigarettes. I was saying I was coughing as if I do smoke like 2 packs of cigarettes a day. I wouldn't touch a cigarette in my life. Supergirl won't be getting cancelled, yeah. Trust me on that. No, YouTube is my job. So that's why, like, the super chats and stuff help. It helps, especially this time of the year where the, like, say revenue on YouTube is a bit down, actually very much down. So that's why the super chat helps. Zoom or Reverse Flash? Reverse Flash. I think if Zoom had a better ending, then he might be able to compete, but you'd have to say Reverse Flash. I do have asthma, but it's like a certain, it's not like I'm always having to take my puffer everywhere. It's just usually like maybe when I get sick, it's pretty bad. I'm not religious. I went to like a Catholic school when I went to high school and stuff, but I'm not religious. So yeah, we'll stream for literally another minute. So last minute of the stream, guys. Get in here if you need any, want anything else to say. I'm sort of sleepy, but I won't go to bed. I have to soldier through the rest of the day. Weather Wizard in season 4? Probably not. I think if they're gonna, I follow the actor on Twitter and he doesn't seem to have hinted at it at all, so I don't think we'll be seeing him back. What do you think of the sorority? What's a sorority? Wolves of the Wild with the $2 super chat. Shoutouts. Could Mechanic die and any crossovers? Mechanic might die. I have to wait and see. I don't know if they might. I think she'll have a hand in the Thinker going down, because I think the Thinker's going to maybe possibly betray her, or she'll get angry at the Thinker or something like that. Any crossovers? There's meant to be a crossover in episode 18 of The Flash this season. Apparently rumored. It's not confirmed. Rumored. And I think they said it's not going to be Supergirl, so it could be Legends or Arrow. I think it might be Legends if they're going to do anything. So they might do it with the Legends, come back to current day to solve an issue, like an anachronism maybe. That'd be pretty cool. They should be doing that. Why isn't there any anachronisms in current day for the Legends to deal with? That's what they should be doing. And maybe it could cross over with Flash, which I think would be pretty cool. So I'll do one more question. I'll just give it like 10 seconds. I'll look away from the screen for a bit. Look down at my phone. What's going on there? It's 7:15. Coolio. And I'll look up. Best and worst Arrowverse reveal. I think the best would have to be Reverse Flash, maybe. The worst. Oh, Savitar. Easily. So. Ugh. Ugh. I have nightmares about it. Nah, okay. Ugh. Yuck. Yeah, so Reverse Flash is the best. And funnily enough, they're both in the Flash. But Reverse Flash first. Savitar as the worst. Oh, Reverse Flash best. Yeah, Savitar worst. When does Daniel West appear? Stop ignoring me. I have literally, this is the first time I'm seeing a question, so I've been ignoring it, and I have no idea. That's my answer to that, because who knows when he's going to appear. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll try and stream, maybe not tomorrow, but the next day. Yeah, probably the next day, around this same time. So keep your eyes out for that, and I'll catch you on the next stream. I'll have a new video out in about 10-15 minutes from now. So definitely keep your eyes out for that, and it'd be much appreciated if you guys went and watched that. It'd be awesome if you go over there. Drop a like as well to support the videos as well, especially around this time of the year. And thanks to everyone that super chatted, supported the channel, everyone that just watched the stream as well and just joined in and had a bit of a chat. Yeah, I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.